Hello everybody, and welcome back to Medieval 2 Total War, Stainless Steel, the Aragon campaign. Last time we left off, we took the town of Parma on this island, and we've been consolidating our forces at Valencia in the move to take Pamplona, finally. I've been saying this, I think, every episode since the beginning. But by hell or high water, today we shall take it. I promise you, we will take it in this part, or at least we will definitely lay siege to it. We need to take this settlement. Anyway, so let's get on with it then, shall we? So I'm going to recruit some cavalry here. Obviously, it'll be next turn. We've got some spear militia available here. We've got a spy available here that we're actually, are we? Yes. Yes, that's right, okay. So, yeah. So we're recruiting in all of our places now. We'll be ready in one turn, so we might be able to get a few more spear militia there. And I believe, unless our diplomat...
An honour.
No, still needs to be. That'll be the end of the turn. So, just end it there. Okay guys, so what I've decided from now on is I am going to skip out the end turn phases, because that took about a minute and a half to get through. What I will do is I will show you the more interesting bits. So I think the troop movements around here I will leave in, but other than that I'm going to skip the turns. So that was an interesting turn, because a jihad has been called.
Through the holy word of the Prophet, blessed be his name, have the people of Islam been taught to embrace peace and mercy. There are some sins that the infidels commit, however, that cannot be forgiven, and warrant no mercy. Islam can no longer stand idly by and allow further desecration to all that is sacred. Now is the time to wage holy war, jihad, upon the blasphemous infidels, with such fervour that they shall not blaspheme in such a manner ever again.
There we are. So, little video there showing that a jihad has been called upon Jerusalem. They work much in the same way as crusades do. So there are crusades in this game. Generally, there might have to be a crusade once this jihad, if this jihad does take Jerusalem, then probably would be a crusade to bring, to relieve Jerusalem back. Yeah, it won't be exactly historically accurate. It'll function along what the game thinks. So, anyway, so here we are. So we've got some building to do. Valencia, we're going to build. Yeah, let's build a leather tanner. Parma, build a brothel, and that'll do for that. More piety for our bishop. Going and getting better there. Our military's still very weak, but yeah. Anyway, so we've got our spy, our new spy, available in Barcelona. So we're going to bring him down.
Today's journey is over.
What Moors might be up to. I've also noticed, however, that we can recruit another unit of spear militia here, so we shall do that. We shall bring him into that settlement.
Move on!
5 units of spearmen, and we do need a bit more cavalry. But what I'm going to do is I am going to send these troops up here now.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Yeah.
Your Majesty.
Send them up the road.
We march no
Going to keep a little bit of a garrison here, just in case. Ramiro Ramirez. I'm just hoping that the Moors don't decide to lay siege. However, again, it doesn't look like they've got an awful lot of troops around.
As you wish.
Yeah, Murcia looks extremely vulnerable, but alas, the time to strike is not yet. Soon. Anyway, I might recruit another priest. We're going to go a little bit. In fact, actually, I don't need to do that. I can recruit a priest here instead. Just get as many priests/bishops down here. It's not actually working at the moment. We're actually the imams outnumber us at the moment, so
My lord.
we're not actually converting them that well. But we'll see. Anyway, I believe we just need to move our diplomats.
An order?
Yes.
Naturally, my lord.
Might get blocked
On
a
my
couple
way.
times. Metz is still rebel. I
Naturally,
was
my
wondering
lord.
if the Holy Roman Empire might have taken
Today's
that yet,
journey
but
ends.
no, not quite. Okay. Time to end the turn again. Interesting troop movements there. And there we are, and the Doge of Genoa is dead. Doge even, sorry, Doge. The Venetian Doge is also dead. Yeah, that was an interesting turn actually, I'll get to that in a minute. Zaragoza, you need to build... let's build a little church. Barcelona, you're now done. I think though, you should grow... Yeah, you might not quite grow this turn, but you'll probably grow next turn. Yeah, but, however, this is what worries me. Leon, I've got a very small army
Speak
here.
to our representatives.
Ooh, that's very interesting. Right. I
Where
might need to divert my
sire?
spy slightly.
Without
Bring
a
my spy up
trace.
here. That is
I will
extremely interesting.
hide.
So,
I am neither
Leon have a
friend
few
nor
armies
foe,
lying
Your
about. I
Majesty.
think they might be heading for Pamplona, but what's really interesting is this land here is Portuguese, which means the Portuguese have taken this settlement, which is very interesting. But it also makes me rather concerned that they might be making a move
My lord.
on Pamplona, so we need to get
Your orders,
moving.
noble one.
Orders.
See, I think, yeah, that's
It is an
fine.
honor
Okay.
to lead these armies.
So, we've got a
Your
lot of
orders,
troops
noble
here.
one.
I'm hoping it's going to be enough.
We will engage them
Move to
honorably,
Pamplona,
my
yes.
lord. We shall
Okay,
continue
I'm
at first
hoping
light.
that the Portuguese don't attack this turn. Basically, the reason being is if the Portuguese lay siege first, if they capture the settlement, we can't capture it off them, which would be a nightmare for us to deal with. So yeah, that's changed things a little bit.
As you wish. Where
Just going to
to,
move my
sire?
spy a little bit more to get a
Investigate.
better look at what's going on.
Yes, my lord.
Anyway, there's build. Oh no, Barcelona hasn't got anything to build left, so yeah. So an interesting turn there.
Your
Could
Majesty.
send these. Yeah, we'll send the
Onward.
cavalry up here.
March.
And next turn we can probably reach Pamplona on our own with this cavalry. I'm hoping that they don't attack Pamplona, which they could well do, which wouldn't be good. We need to get a move on. Anyway, one final thing this
Noble
turn is to
lord.
move our diplomat.
On the mount.
Is there something to discuss, mein guter
I'm
Mann?
not going to get map information off them because they are a huge empire, so we're going to ask instead for a little bit of money. 800.
I see no reason why not.
Yes.
We accept. Goodbye, mein Freund.
Lovely. He's getting a lot of influence for himself. He's he's got 6 influence now. Now we're going to send him down to
Naturally,
Italy.
my lord. On my way.
And yes,
Naturally, my
the
lord.
mountains. Establish relations
Today's
with Genoa
journey
down here,
ends.
as they have a tendency to. Oh, that's really useful actually. So we've been granted some military units which can help in this siege.
Your orders, noble
So
one.
that's really handy. Right, okay. Yeah, the Moors didn't really get up to much. They sent a merchant down here, and their diplomat is going along here, but I won't include them. Okay, so the aha, so we've been granted another mission to take Pamplona, which is exactly what we're planning to do next.
Your orders,
So,
number one.
let's
God will be with
besiege
us, men.
the castle.
To battle!
And we're going to build
Without
a little
question,
bit of
we shall
siege
begin
equipment.
the siege. Besieging forces
We're also
reporting, my
going to
lord.
have these
Orders.
troops join
Yes,
the army.
onward. Combining forces, my lord.
You decided to stay behind? No. Get
March!
behind.
Bringing
Okay.
our troops together.
Can we recruit? We can, so that's good. Might want to build a few troops down here as well. So yeah, interesting development there was that here in Jerusalem, it appears we have
the Sultan does not mind you, infidel.
we have a jihad army approaching Jerusalem, so it'll be interesting to see if they can capture Jerusalem straight away here. Yeah, there's a bunch of Muslim factions now at war because they have joined the jihad. Got a few more people born into our family tree. So we've got Eusebio here, son of Prince Alfonso, and another daughter from Ramirez. So yeah, anyway. Actually, before we do that,
Yes, my lord.
bring our diplomat down.
On my way. Naturally,
Italy?
my lord. On my way.
Didn't want to do that very well.
Today's journey ends.
So as you can see, there's another rebel settlement here of Milan. But yeah. Again, these lands are far too far away. There is a rebel settlement here. Gascony, Tulo, is held by rebels, which we could capture. But I'm not as fussed about that because the French or the Genoese usually take it first. But I need to keep an eye on it just to see if a faction does take it over, because then they are literally on our border. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not worried about Pamplona now. It's got quite the defence, but we do have a much more powerful army.
Your orders, number one.
It will still require maybe a few smart tactics on my part, but yeah,
Sire.
we'll see. It might end
As
up
you
being the
wish.
next part though after all that. Anyway, so we've got the Portuguese up here, so that's useful information to know.
Without a
We're going to
trace.
bring our spy back down.
I'm done for today, my lord.
I'm surprised the Portuguese came to take that actually. Just going to check down here as well. That's still rebel. That's unusual. Anyway, Iberia is running out of rebel settlements very quickly, which means that we're probably going to go to war very soon. I'm going to keep adding
Your orders?
to the fleet as much as possible. Our economy is still doing okay. And yeah, let's end the turn again. That's very concerning. Right, you might wonder why I said that was concerning. So, diplomats tend to come to your faction, your settlements like that, and not do anything when they're trying to bribe your settlement. And they usually do that when they're
Where
preparing
to,
for
sire?
war. I've also noticed there is a half-stack army hidden in these trees. This is really concerning,
As you
actually.
wish.
And it does change an awful lot of things. Maybe it's not the Moors we should be worried about. Yeah, I'm just wondering that. And I'm not happy. I'm not remotely
Your orders,
happy
number one.
about leaving Zaragoza unattended now. They shouldn't be able to bribe it now if the faction leader's there. I hope. There's war been declared between England and France. Valencia has now finished its construction, so we shall build... Yeah, let's build some farms. And in Parma we'll build a logging camp. And Barcelona is now ready to upgrade, so we shall build an upgrade. And what you will see on the campaign map when that is complete is that it will actually expand. So that town will look exactly like Zaragoza. Because this is just a simple town, whereas Zaragoza is a large town. Might wonder why Parma looks slightly different. Well, it's because Parma is actually the Islamic design for a town. So Southern European towns look very different to Middle Eastern or Islamic settlements. Much the same as you might find up here, that there is a slight difference. What is the best? You can notice a slight difference. They look slightly more West Northern European. This settlement is London, and it's a large town. It should be identical to Zaragoza, but because we're Southern European culture, it's not the same. Actually, a good way to show you would be to go into it. You can see it's Northern European. So again, it's little details like that, which is it's interesting. And these settlements down here in Italy are minor cities.
Is there something I can do for you?
So we're going to establish trade. Map information. Nope. Map information.
We cannot quite accept it.
Oh, are you taking the mick? You want paying for your...
Forget it. We're not interested.
Right, well...
This concludes our meeting,
then.
yes? But, my lord, I cannot go there. Naturally,
Right.
my lord.
Well, if that's how you're going to be, Genoa, I don't want to talk to you.
On my way.
If you're
Today's
going to get
journey
shirty with me.
ends.
I don't know. The cheek of it! Their empire is smaller than ours. I don't believe they're trying to demand... Anyway. Well, I guess I know where you're loyalty.
Your orders, noble one.
Right, we could besiege Pamplona, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to learn from my mistakes in the last part, and we're not going to besiege it this turn. We're going to wait it out a bit, because what will happen if we wait, the garrison will slowly decrease. So these troops here will deplete over time, and that is going to be my plan. I'm resigning myself to the fact that we're not going to be able to take Pamplona this turn, this part, but we are going to almost definitely take it next turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut through these turns as quickly as I can. And here we are. So, I'm really not liking what I'm seeing on this map. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening here. And my army is all the way up here. I'm not liking this one little bit. Leon seem extremely aggressive right now. They look like they've got a mind to try and take Valencia.
To me?
They've got a lot of cavalry as well. This is really concerning. Right. This really wants thinking about. Blimey. Right. I don't want to abandon this siege, but we might, our hand might be forced here. And if it is forced, my plan, I might have to change my tactics here. I'm already going to do this because
Yes,
I'm
Lord.
worried that now that
My lord.
the Moors are going to start
Traveling
having
with
settlements, which I suppose
God
I asked for a little bit
Yes.
by trying to send my priests all the way down. But yeah, I'm so concerned by this because these armies on their own aren't particularly scary, but I do know that they've got a half-stack army here somewhere.
Sire.
They haven't got any troops in Toledo really, but
Without
I
a
just want to
friend.
see if I can find anybody. Let me just have a think. Right, we've got our church in Zaragoza is complete, so I think we might want to build a. Let's build some farms. No, let's build a grain exchange or a market even. Yes, right. I'm very scared about pressing the end turn button this time. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know what they're doing, but I don't like it. Right. Okay, guys. A lot of things happened that turn. This is the first message that I got when it popped up. The Pope is dead. So, that means... but also, there's this. And we have a new Pope because we didn't have a cardinal. So, the election took place without us. However...
The Holy Bible may preach peace, but when it is Christendom itself that is threatened, then it is every Christian's duty to defend all that is holy. His Holiness the Pope has called a crusade to reclaim the Holy Lands from the infidel, who would deny Christian pilgrims their right to visit the holy places. It is time for the armies of Christendom to put aside their differences and unite under one banner, the sign of the cross, and give back God's children what is rightfully theirs, or die trying.
Indeed, so that's a nice little cutscene that you get. This is pretty much the Second Crusade. The First Crusade ended in 1099 or 1100 when we took Jerusalem, and at the start of the game the Crusader states hold Jerusalem, Antioch and Edessa, which is actually historically accurate at this time. However, the Second Crusade obviously did not take place at Cairo. Obviously, I think it might have been Edessa, it might have been Antioch, because by the time the Second Crusade was called in 1144, I believe, the Muslim armies had actually retaken a lot of these lands. I think Jerusalem was still owned by the Christian faction, but yeah. So this is what I mean. It's a sort of alternate history a little bit. So since pretty sure, well, Jerusalem, for instance, is still in control of by Christians, they've moved on to Cairo. Now we are supposed to send a crusading army now to take Cairo. If we don't, the Pope won't look particularly favourably upon us. However, given the situation here at home, I do not trust that one little bit. Yeah, there's an army outside here. There's an army outside Pamplona. And the worst thing of all now, guys, is that this is where we're going to have to end the part. I'm going to do a little bit of looking through this, just the housekeeping, let's call it, I don't know. Just looking around the settlement. So Parma has built everything it needs to build, so it's just going to grow now. We want to try and recruit a few more troops. Let's get some peasants. I'm not even bothered. We can retrain them because we've built the leather tanner, which is basically an armourer for our troops. So yeah. But I'm not liking what I'm seeing here at home from Leon. If Leon do go to war with us, then what I might do is see if I can form an alliance with the Moors. And what I will do is I will take out Leon instead. And then if we're still allies with the Moors, I might turn my attentions eastwards. Because one of our campaign objectives is to take out Sicily. So I might do that first. I have no doubt that Moors will betray us at some point, or go to war with us at some point. But that's a long way down the line. However, that's what I'm wondering. But again, sadly, we have come to the end of today's part. So yeah, I'm afraid that might have to happen another time, as I've recorded all 4 parts of this on one day, and I'm working quite a lot for the next few days, so there's a good chance there won't be any more episodes until at least next week, unfortunately. So, I will get this uploaded it'll either be Wednesday night or might be Thursday morning, but you'll be watching this, so you'll know. But anyway, yeah, thanks very much for watching anyway. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time, when hopefully Pamplona will finally fall. Join me then. I'll see you next time.